Okay, this is Carr House, and this is where the officers were that, or the officer that Denny talked about earlier. Anyway, bad memories. But I think I also had my gonads touched by a doctor to cough or something when we had those horrible physicals back then. Anyway, I'm on the corner of Waterman and Benefit Street. This is where I lived. It was my favorite street, and Anthony and Rowe is on this street, which is why I came to Providence in the first place, because I thought it was so beautiful. And here we have some students in their usual you-know-what. Oh, and up there, the dorms, that's where Ellen Schwartz and a whole pile of us used to hang out. And, Okay.
We'll be right back with you. Denise needs to make a phone call.
Oh, not another one. Well, what's this bill? Oh, this is the museum.
But you see they're doing work on it. That's why it's closed.
Oh, that's why it's closed. We are majorly disappointed because we had hoped to be at the museum this afternoon, but it's closed for the first time in years for the month of August, and this happens to be the month of August. But as you can see, it's got classical features, and this is where Andy Warhol once did an exhibit. He pulled all this stuff out of...
it was called Warhol's Attic.
Yes, oh, that's right. See, Denis remembers everything. I don't remember. But I do remember being impressed with it, and it was one of my favorite exhibits in life ever. Oh, and there's that familiar statue. Oh, wait a minute, where is it? Oh, there it is. Oh! Oh! This...
a way of the RISD to apologize to Andy Warhol because they kicked him out of RISD because he was his student.
Oh.
And they gave him, what they did is they gave him the rights to all of their collections. And then he just pulled out what he wanted
to.
And he made a show of all this stuff, a mishmash of things together, antiques, paintings, art, whatever, and dresses, because they have an amazing collection of stuff. And I always remember at opening night, everyone was in shock because all these people from New York, all these design people, or artsy people rather, from New York came in, a whole number of them naked. Naked little penises everywhere. The people came and were naked? Yeah, that's a shock value.
Really?
This was...
Where is this
where they used to be. I don't know if it still is.
No, sorry, wrong door. Memorial Hall.
Big hall above, big open space below. This was the snatch bar. Snatch bar? Remember that?
That's what we called it, but it was the snack bar.
Got it. That was in Puerto Rico for years. She was a very elegant, beautiful, rich woman, design student from Puerto Rico.
Oh, Lizette Marino.
Yeah. And she always would call it snatch bar, and one day, a few years later, someone finally told her what she was saying. Oh, dear.
Oh, we were such practical jokers then.
That's so original, too.
Well, adolescent humor. What can be said for that? Oh, here's my woebegone story. We'll come... Okay, now I'm going to take you around the corner to where I had my woebegone story with the police attack. But first I want to show you some classical architecture. This is really what we lived with on a daily basis around here. So this kind of thing, passing this kind of loveliness. Oh, and there you can see is Anthony and Rowe, which I will show you up close later. But in the meantime...
And to really appreciate this, is to be here in May and spring.
Look, Robert, since your attack, look what they've installed.
Oh, yes.
An emergency station.
Oh, yes. Well, come with me, boys. I'll show you where it all happened. Now, right down here. As you can see, this is a really lovely street. See, I was coming from that direction from my apartment and walking down this street. And it was nighttime, and I had a class right in that archway there. And I think it was this window, or this window, or it could have even been one of those windows there.
What kind of class do you get in an archway?
Well, I had to go through the archway to get to the classes, because the class was there. But I think it might have been one of these windows. Yes, this looks very familiar. One of these. And I stood right around here somewhere, and I was looking in the window at a painter painting, and I recognized the model painting. And I was just standing innocently watching, dressed in my blue and white bell-bottoms, my long hair, and my army overcoat over my sailor shirt. And what happens but up pulls a police car right there. It was horrifying. I'd never had anything like that happen to me in my life before. And they got out of the car and they asked me what I was doing. And I said, I was simply on my way to class observing this painter. And they said they wanted to ask me some routine questions and would I. And I looked at them and I looked at their shoes. And I noticed they weren't wearing the same kind of shoes. And then I looked at their faces and their heads. And I noticed they weren't wearing any police caps. And then I looked at their car. And I noticed it was unmarked. And I said I was not going to get into the car with them. And they said, oh, he doesn't want to get into the car with us. And with that, they wrestled me to the ground, and I got folded